Perfect.
Yes. Sure. Okay. Okay, no problem. Good. So we have, I believe, sorry, Zara and who's the last lady?
Ramos.
Ramos. Yes, from Mexico on the line. Say hi. There we go. So thanks very much then for joining our webinar. It's great that we've actually got a collection of different countries on. This is our fifth webinar. So for Mexico, we have recorded the previous sessions, and we will send you out the link as to where we have put the campaign recordings on our website, so that you can access those and follow up as to how we've progressed a little so far. We can open for questions about the campaign anyway, but the idea is that you'd be able to follow along from there and then be really active coming forward. So make my computer work. From our last webinars with the Asia, Europe, and Africa region, and also with members, we had some different feedback. So we have realized that the things are actually moving ahead quite well in a lot of places. We've got a little bit of traction now happening with our members and our global partners on different elements, but we're still looking for to grow a bit more. But instead of being too difficult and really hard on people, now we have a good community. We're coming up with a different and lighter way of doing a webinar so that we can grow our community a bit better. So our list of campaign focus weeks for each member country is still set like this. Mexico specifically for you, we were choosing the week beginning the 1st of July. We believe this is the one that fits with the timings local, that there aren't any other clashing events in Mexico when you would not be able to go around and participate on this one. But if there are some dates and this is a problem, please let us know. We can see what we can do about changing the order slightly. So we will be starting with Costa Rica, all looking very exciting. So what we can do with the apprenticeship week. We'll be featuring stories about the apprentices, about the member companies that are local in your country, and the hopes and successes that you have for how the GAN will actually move forward. So we have another webinar now scheduled for the 19th of November. This is when the final one we'll have before the launch because of things we're doing at this end. The idea is that we'll share again where we've got member companies that are available to help, what we're doing in different locations, type of stuff. For Mexico, if you then have a plan available as to sites of things you could do possibly during the year for your focus week, this will be the perfect time to share it so that we can see how this fits and adapts with everybody else. For the 5th of December, this is the GAN birthday, and we'll be having this round the world party. So it's going to be run virtually, and each of the offices can participate in there. We'll dial you in on the video tools somehow, and we'll just be sort of congratulating each other that we've got this far, and have some birthday cake and that type of thing. So for where we've got to so far, with the groups that have been planning and sharing with us their details and how things have been progressing, the super good guys are here in green, so which is very nice. We've got a lot from the LATAM areas. So Costa Rica and Colombia definitely have got good ideas of where they're going, what they'd like to do. So this is a real great focus. Basically, everybody else is not quite as good for the rest of the national networks. We're lacking a bit of visibility, so this is something that we really need to focus on moving forward, so everybody can produce something for their national region similar and be effective. We also have main partners of the the International Labour Organization and the International Organization of Employers. They've actually committed their plans and what they're going to be doing to assist from the public direction. Two of our big member companies have now committed their plans as well, so they should be present inside your countries too, and we will definitely aligning with them as to what is going to be possible from their global aspect, or if they're able to participate locally in events that you'll be organising. We have asked them as a specific thing, is there any way you can send people to a locally hosted event so that they can actually really participate and show that they are part of the GAN locally and globally at the same time. And Argentina and Guatemala, your area of the world, in progress of doing some things with it. Right, a little bit further forward at the moment, where they've got to, but they're definitely pushing on them to find out what's happening. In Kenya is the GAN Networks, so they are quite committed and enthusiastic according as to what they can do with the campaign. So from the plans that we have received from the different networks and different partners, we have this list of top-level ideas that are being made available across different countries. So as an inspiration for different things you could try doing within your own network, these are some of the options that we've got available. So as the campaign grows, we're hoping we'll get a few more, and these sessions will evolve from being just informational into a bit more like a clinic that will show this is how we can do something. If you've got a problem related to a subject, ask us and we will try and solve it together. Different groups will be able to see ways of running a photo gallery, for instance, or doing something more useful for a workshop. It's the real sharing and as much advice as possible. So for each element, we have been working on some ideas as to a quick start guide to help us run these clinics, but the information that is there is going to change, and it will be very fluid, and it needs to be taken into local context each time to make sure that what we're saying and what you're able to do makes sense with your own local situation and what is available. Okay. So for today, we thought we'd have a poll just to see where we're going. So we have a list of a few that we've actually got work on. So interesting to you. So I will launch the poll now. So if you want to select your top 4, and then we can pick and choose where to go this afternoon with the webinar. We had a different grouping this morning, which was looking at some things. So interesting to see which each geography is interested in.
Significa seleccionar. No sean tímidos.
Come on then. So we've got one person voted so far. We need at least another 2 votes. I got Mexico. Where are we? Have you voted yet? Yeah, exactly. Yep. So a bit more voting from Mexico side would be great. You can vote if you'd like. Okay, right. Well, we'll just take it on this first call that we've been granted. So here are the results. And okay, now then. Okay, so for YouTube, then, where we have new network, one way we can social the main reason I have YouTube is like video content are much more easily so what we do is have a YouTube channel if you not have it, so that you can get started with a doing things. Apply some GAN branding. We can show you like how to embed video that you have in, on social media, on websites, available information, the video you're making, but also videos you're getting from all of this with the way of thinking, make the video so once we've got some sort of idea of what to do with the video, different ways of doing it. So like simple to like your channels, video, share them with each other, really grow and one of the key areas we can use video content itself is showing an income filming the event webinars at the moment. So these are types of things we'd like to help each of the networks understand what they can do with, make the most out of the tools, but really within the capabilities of what you can do on social media with the time you have, what tools are available. All of this is thought about. Excuse me, I'm dying. Okay. So are there any questions about YouTube? No. Okay. So we will schedule. Okay. No problem. So with the once this recording made available on the website, it's free to go out and see the information there, some sort of ideas of what can be done, and then schedule based on the order things to do, and then we can go out. No, perfect. Okay, no problem. Cool. Okay. So then we had a photo gallery was our next one, if I took the numbers down correctly. There's a photo gallery. Photo gallery, here we go. So again, select photos and use them in a way that gets a message across. So there are things that you can add items on top of them. You can add a logo or brand the photo slightly. These are the sort of tips and tools to give it a good presentation. We thought with the photo gallery itself that is a piece of consumer content being style and sectors, all things you can think about. So as long as you start in the right direction of how to make your photos available, what to do with them, then the tools can actually help a lot with the presentation of it. Photos themselves, depending on how the network, we can use them as the background images on print media as well, like on digital signage and ideas. You can use the photos that you can see the bank purchases or things you're taking yourself. But also you can have them in your newsletters, you can annual report feeds that we have, you can have the main funders. It's the best reuse possible of things, but first off, make sure you're collecting them. Make sure they're of a good enough quality of hand and pasted and copied and changed and whatever else we need to do. As part of the GAN Network Week, obviously, where we can get photos of apprentices doing real things apprentices do. They don't have to be staged. Try to show them as much as real life as possible. These are a good feature that obviously would be on your social media, on ours, on the website, in reports, come up in events that you're running as well. But you've got a way of showing these are the youth and the people doing work-based learning programs in your country context, and it's the way of actually showing what's happening. So we've discussed having an Instagram channel as well. Including the work just do it one day. We do this all the time. And the commitment in a human way. It's just a better way of doing something. So, any questions to do with photo cameras? Mhm. Yeah. So the best answer to that is all of them. So if it's in Guatemala, then doing things if it is with you, um, what we do is just the use of photos and how much can I really use this piece of media again? Is this overused? We can get a photo. Please. Yeah. Yeah. So we have. Yeah. So the obviously the best resolution. If we get long one of the things we need to these are good these one usually before we have created the GAN Networks and one of the guidelines of the process is because we are discussing with the members brand, it's best if we can take photos and just do something along those lines. So if you are okay, no problem. Any other questions about photos? So again, this will be one of the clinic ideas. So with the groups that we know want to start using photo galleries, with sort of questions we get, we can touch on the topic a few times and help with where we go, but we'll start with the sort of best practices we try to use here and explain what we do. And of course, yeah, you're free to pick and choose. So, World Apprenticeship Day. I didn't think this through when I wrote it. There we go. World Apprenticeship Day. The message Main thing. So as this moves on, and we get the that's the kind of stuff. And then if there's nothing you can actually do that specific year, it's not mandatory, apart from just showing that it is World Apprenticeship Day and just highlighting it on your social channels. Okay. Good. It's simple sort of stuff, and we're revising, so the playbook does have a dedicated section for the apprenticeship day. It has already the sort of like toolkits that have been provided for employers, federations, simple suggestions of how to run the event, what types of things can be done for this. So those would be the standard sort of tools each year to use, but then the individual theme of the colors and the actual visual media will be attached into the site as soon as we've developed what there will be for the one in 2019. Okay, so, something. Oh, perfect. There we go. This is a specific impact that's about, but also how people our own technical details for what the networks are doing, what the funders, and how we circulate that. So it's all very easy for people to get a huge report of 40 pages of close typed information and just save it as a PDF and say, yes, I've published my report, but that's not really consumer friendly. The person that's actually getting the information or the part you want them to read, it's not easy on the eye, it's not easy to download. So thinking as to who it is you're trying to share this information to, what it's for, and the key things you want to say are part of the process for getting this out to people. So legally, we have to create these big reports, and yes, we will make them available. But the way we can actually present this information, make it much more usable, and make it go viral, is by just thinking a little bit more as to if you were receiving something, what would you want to know first, and how would you actually want to do it? So simple things that we have seen so far are taking the Word document. Some navigation, you can jump around, make the report a lot more, but the playbook a lot easier to use. So adding in where you can with social media and technology, animations of numbers and graphs, and this makes the media easier. You can add in photos, which you can during the year events and things to illustrate points and just make the whole experience nicer. There's nothing to stop you introductory paragraphs, forwards, and boring sort of key messages. Why not turn them into a small piece of video? It's exactly the same words, it's the same way, but it's more friendly to the end user, and it makes it a piece of content you can share separately. So these are the types of things that we thought. So the modern consumer, when they are looking at web content and they're looking at things on social media, normally they know what they want and they will know how they want it and when they want it. So if you can break down your report into pieces that fit with other people's ways of thinking, it makes it a lot more consumable and it gets a much bigger reach. Again, when we get onto this issue, you do have local needs that you can report. Again, knowing that you have to do this, we can say, well, these sections here, they can determine where the video recording will you get a much better impact from your report. No problems. Of course, whatever you have with a report, it doesn't just have to stay in one channel either. If you can send it out in newsletters, you can send it out on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, you can send out chapters in WhatsApp if you felt like it. Having an idea all this is possible is it's just a bit of upfront thinking and being slightly creative with what you can do, really using the time and effort taken on the complicated pieces of creating your report in something useful. Cool. So again, we'll have clinics about those because I'm sure other networks have to do it, it's not just us. And the more we can do, the more the merrier. Come up with simple ways of doing things and help each other. You know, once we start with this clinic idea, you can also get other people to do proofreading. Everyone else advise from another person that's not been involved in the exact content. Share and share alike between each of the networks. It always helps with the quality of the final deliverable. Good. So we've done our 4 main topics. Were there any other questions on those? Was that too much information for today already? So, yeah, so there's a few others which are still a work in progress. I'm wasting my time on this. So as we agreed with the members and what everybody else is doing, so so again, if we haven't got your plan yet, please do it. Aligning plans, joining the with the sort of clinic ideas as to who can be doing what, so we can focus on this. And basically keeping sharing. Members are looking at send emails. I know it's not the easiest of things to do, but now with a bit of inspiration, people move forwards and shiny examples we can give. Other ones which are a little bit timid and in the background, I should catch up on. Super. Right. Yeah, exactly. So have you? Yeah. So you've been in contact with your members so far, have you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, that makes much sense. Yeah.
Because
Yeah. Sure.
So,
Mhm.
so I already told them about the campaign because we some activities and formal things.
Mhm.
But
Okay. Yeah. Super. No, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah. Please do.
Sounds great. And I think that it's super inclusive. That's good.
No. That's a great example we can show. This is the type of mail. Some other people have asked us how would we engage. So do a bit of a trickle, then organise a proper meeting, get your members together. If you have fun, tell them the necessary network week. Makes it clear and simple as what the asks are, and does not use too much information. We've been involved since August, so we know what we're talking about. But it's a lot of information. Okay, good. So with the just for my curiosity, meeting that for alliance partners, or is it just the real company members? I'm thinking of Tanya Moore and Wisely. Okay. Okay. Good. So we checked again with the members earlier, and yes, they're still on this plan that the global message that they have about what apprenticeship and work-based learning is for their company, how they'd like things branded as well. We clarified that. So, yes, we can their logos on it, our logos, and the key message as they adapt it. They understand how they can adjust it for different industries if they are covering more than one industry in the country, and how they would make sure that the information, if they've got it on a local specifications from their local groups, that it makes sense to network that in, and it's not just a too high level message. So whatever we get, we'll see, but the concept's there. We asked them again for participation again in real life events. So we figured out there are 36 sort of opportunities which will give us like 500 different amplifications. But this is in country where they can participate in an event you're doing, make sure their social is there, engaging with their local employees, so you have local voice, and you've got it happening in families, they understand what's happening. This is the type of extra ad that they can do directly without it being too complicated. They're still confirming again as to where they are around the world, just in case our records are complete. If there are ways that you know of people that companies are working there, you can also let us know and make sure that we feed this back, because sometimes companies globally don't know what each of their individual markets are doing because they have the same problems as everybody else. And our final one is, well, yeah, if you haven't created your account for the playbook yet in Mexico, then you certainly can, and then you can get access to the information to our website, which is ganglobal.org/playbook. There is a sign-up form there. Please sign up with an email address that we know for you from Mexico, and then the approval process is a lot faster, as we don't want to share this information with everybody. Then the high-level plans, again, you've got those. So Costa Rica, we've got great plans so far, and the more in-depth you give, even better. We haven't heard back from anybody yet if they've got a GAN family member that is previous people that have been working for your federation, working for your companies that still are good at influencing on social media and have a point of view about apprenticeship that we'd like to use as one of our channels for amplifying our messages. So if they do apply in either location, let us know who they are, and we can send out the invite. The birthday parties on the 5th, they will be some of the people that you'd like to get involved in the hard work that they've done previously. And finally, at the third week, I think it's the third week of November, we will be running some more teasers as possible ahead of our birthday launch. As we said in our webinar last time, really like they're all social sharing, talking to each other, having a bit of fun. You've had some practice before the main event starts, so if we can, we'll let you know when they're going out. Send a note around to everybody. Send the dates. That will be 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon. You need to find so we actually have the photographers and the messages networked and members. So they'll be on Facebook and on Twitter, which are the main channels we get back on. So some way of definitely engaging that will be cool. So I don't have anything else today. And now I'm going to find out whether Sophia has been listening properly. I should give you a quick recap. That's all right. With pleasure. It's technology, it does that. Yeah. No. Okay. Great. Well, thanks very much. We wish you a great day on that. Yeah, look forward to speaking to you on the 19th. Any questions? Hasta luego.